Welcome, guys, to episode 23 of the Reality Podcast. You guys, make sure you guys also hit that subscribe button down below and also ring those bells for all notifications. I don't even know where to begin. I really don't. Now, I am recording this for you guys on early Friday morning. It is right now 12:52 in the morning. Right now. On Friday, May 17th, 2019. This will be uploaded in the afternoon before I head to work. Yesterday, we lost somebody at a very young age. At a very young age. We don't know how this person died. We don't know how. We still don't know. According to what people are saying, it's not a criminal situation. So I can only assume that it was a suicide situation. You guys remember Ashley, who won the Raw Diva Search in 2005? She passed away early yesterday. And the news broke out early in the afternoon. I think around 5, 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Time-ish. That Ashley had passed away at the age of 39 years old. Now, according to what people are saying, it's not a criminal thing. It's not a criminal death. It's not. Nothing bad happened to her, criminal-wise. It's just that, if I'm going to assume here, I'm going to make the assumption here that it was a suicide situation. Now, before I begin episode 23 of the Reality Podcast, I just want to say, if you're going through something and you want to seek help, don't be afraid to talk to somebody. Don't be afraid to talk to somebody, because the next thing you know, you never know what can happen. You don't know what's going on in that person's mind. You don't know. So, if you're going through something, talk to somebody, because you never know when anything can happen. You never know. And just a flash of a second, everything's gone. Now, I have some good news and I have some bad news here. The good news is I'm back on Twitter. Good news is I'm back on Twitter. I am not on the Your Boy Chris 183 Instagram, Twitter account, because my account got suspended last week. And Twitter said that my account got suspended because of hateful conduct on a Red Sox fan. The good news is about this is that I'm back on Twitter. I'm back on Twitter. I'm still on the Chris from Loring name. It's just that I freaking went back to my old Twitter account, my very first Twitter account that I made before the one that I had for almost 9 years. For almost 9 years. Simply, the Twitter account that I'm on was created, I believe, I think it was around January. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was around January. Yeah, joined January of 2011. Okay. So this account is around literally 8 years old. 8 years old, literally. So I'm back on Twitter. If you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter is down below in the layout, right there, at Chris from Loring on Twitter. The bad news is that I apologize because I haven't been uploading anything for you guys for the past 3 days. The only thing I've uploaded was the podcast, episode 21 and 22 from this past weekend, and Monday Night Raw review. I only saw on Tuesday on SmackDown, I only saw the first I'm not gonna lie to you, the first 2 to 3 minutes of SmackDown Live. And I was just not interested. Even TM told me, TM, if you're watching, shout out to you, brother. Even TM told me that SmackDown was just completely fucking boring. SmackDown drew its lowest rating in the history of the show since 2006. I'm gonna guess that number was 1.6 to 1.5. Minimum. At least 1.5 to 1.6. If I have it on the news here for the podcast today, I will record it for you. I will report it for you guys today on the podcast. SmackDown, I didn't want to do SmackDown review. I didn't want to do it. Didn't want to do it. There was no point. No fucking point to do a SmackDown review. So that's that. Wednesday, I was working a doubleheader. The Yankees had a doubleheader on Tuesday. A single admission doubleheader. If you're a baseball fan, you know what a single admission doubleheader is. Now, if you don't know what a single admission doubleheader is, let's say you bought a ticket for Yankee Stadium for Wednesday's game. You had the opportunity. Well, actually, you could. You got to see 2 games in one day. The first game happened at 3:08. The second game happened at 6:35. I got to work around 1 o'clock, 1:30. I got to work. By the time I came out of work, it was like 9:30, 10 o'clock. And by the time I got home, it was 10:30. So I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. I had a double shift today. Why even record NXT? Why even record NXT? So that's that. And Thursday, which was yesterday, the reason why I didn't do Throwback Thursday yesterday was because of the simple fact that my brother celebrated his 26th birthday today. So Jonathan, if you're watching, happy birthday to you, Brody. So that's that. So I apologize for not uploading anything the past 3 days. I'm going to make it up for you guys this week. The Yankees are still here for another 3 more games. They got the Tampa Bay Rays. The Yankees and Tampa are gonna fight for first place in the East. So it should be a pretty crazy weekend if you're a Yankees fan. And then Monday, I can literally watch Raw Monday night. I have an early shift Monday morning. I'm not going to be at work for that long, so Monday you guys will get a Raw review. Tuesday you guys will get a SmackDown review next week. Wednesday, I have an early shift Wednesday. I have to work at NYU graduation at Yankee Stadium, so there you go. Wednesday I have an early shift. Wednesday I have to be in at 8 a.m. So I will give you guys Raw, SmackDown, NXT. You guys are going to get a double upload probably Tuesday. For Tuesday, you guys are going to get Throwback Thursday early Tuesday. And then Tuesday night, you guys are going to get SmackDown review Tuesday night. And then Thursday, you guys are going to get Throwback Thursday of... Alright, so Tuesday, I'm going to review Backlash 1999 for you guys on Tuesday. Tuesday afternoon. Right before SmackDown Live. And Thursday, I'm thinking about reviewing. I have no idea what to review. If you guys are in the group chat, you guys are watching the video, let me know down below in the comment section what pay-per-view you guys want me to review on Thursday. Not Tuesday. Thursday. This upcoming Tuesday. Before SmackDown Live, you guys are going to get a 1999 Throwback Thursday pay-per-view review on Tuesday. So that's going to be the schedule for next week. Raw review, double upload Tuesday, NXT Wednesday, Throwback Thursday, which should be on Thursday, and then the podcast Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Oh no, forgot, it's Double or Nothing next weekend. Maybe I might review Double or Nothing for you guys. Would you guys want a Double or Nothing preview and predictions video and a review? Let me know if you guys want me to do that. Hit that thumbs up. And then this weekend, you guys are going to get episodes 23 and 24 of the podcast. And then Sunday, you guys will be getting a Money in the Bank review and results video on Sunday. So that will be the uploading schedule for the entire weekend. So there you go. But the good news is I'm back on Twitter. It feels so good to be back on Twitter. I missed all of you guys, man. If you guys missed me on Twitter, you guys are happy about the fact that I'm back on Twitter, hit that thumbs up. If you guys don't know who I am your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel on this Friday, May 17th, 2019. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. Now, if you guys are new to the channel, if you guys are new around these streets, looking for Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, Throwback Thursday, Top 10 Fridays, a wrestling podcast, I'm slacking on Top 10 Fridays, and gaming content, and I'm also slacking on gaming content as well. I want you guys to hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and also ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. This is all I got. This is all I got. Raw review is live on the channel right now as we speak. As of right now, I am looking at the numbers for Raw review from this past Monday. Right now, the video is at 133 views with 15 thumbs up. I appreciate every single one of you. And mind you, I was not on Twitter for almost 2 weeks, I believe. Almost a week. A week and a half not on Twitter. And I got a video that went 133 likes. Yeah, I'm irrelevant on Twitter. I'm irrelevant on YouTube. Blow me. Raw reviews live on the channel right now. Bray Wyatt's in-ring return is now imminent. I cannot wait for Bray Wyatt's return. It's only a matter of time before Bray Wyatt makes his in-ring return. Link to Raw review will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. And also, guys, if you guys missed episode 22 and 21 of the Reality Podcast, make sure you guys go ahead and check out the podcast from this past week. Episode 21 and episode 22 will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. You guys can finally follow me on Twitter now at Chris from Loring, and Snapchat. I don't have Instagram anymore. You guys can follow me on Snapchat also at Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, make sure you guys show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below and ringing those bells for all notifications. Let's round off the news here for episode 23 of the Reality Podcast right here on the channel. We're going to start off with the news, man, on Ashley. This literally went all over the wrestling world and all over social media yesterday afternoon on May 16th. Ashley Massaro dead at the age of 39 years old. We are deeply saddened to learn about the death of Ashley Massaro. She was only 39 years old and was training for an in-ring return. The Blast reports that Massaro passed away today, which was yesterday, obviously. No cause of death is available at this time. It is reported that the Sokolov County medical examiner in New York said that Massaro passed away on Thursday, May 16th, and she was brought into their offices. Law enforcement had a rescue me call come in at 5:23 a.m. to her home in Smithtown, and she was then transported to a local hospital where she passed away. Police believe this was not a criminal act. Massaro is most famous in her run in World Wrestling Entertainment, where she was the winner of the 2005 Raw Diva Search. She also competed in Survivor and graced the cover of Playboy during her life. Our hearts and deepest condolences go out to all those involved in this incredibly sad situation, and my heart and my prayers go out to the family of Ashley Massaro. She was beautiful. That's the first thing I'm going to say about Ashley. She was beautiful. She was beautiful. She was talented. She was great looking. When it comes to her ring work, she wasn't that bad in the ring. From what I remember watching her when she was on Monday Night Raw, she wasn't that bad of a performer. She wasn't that bad. She was good on the mic. She wasn't that bad on the mic. Ring-wise, she was good. She wasn't that bad in the ring. I mean, it's crazy how she died at the age of 39. At the age of 39. That is a young age to die on. That is a really young age. That is a really, really young age to die on. And we don't know how she died. And like I said in the open the podcast, I'm gonna guess here that she either committed suicide or something happened. But the police said it wasn't a criminal act. So that's gonna obviously die down to obviously a couple of things there. But you know, it sucks. You know, it really does suck that she has to die. I mean, too many people in the wrestling business have recently died. You know, from Owen Hart to Eddie Guerrero, you know, stuff like that, to Tess. Umaga died and nobody even mentioned it. Crazy. Viscera died, I believe. Crazy shit. You know? And speaking of, you know, death, and we're still on the topic here. In my honest opinion, I don't know about you guys, but you guys can sound off in the comment section. The most craziest death in pro wrestling history, I am not lying to you, Owen Hart. I'm not lying, and I said this when I covered Over the Edge, 1999 Throwback Thursday. You know, they should have gave Owen Hart at least a push to the World Wrestling Federation Championship while he was in his prime. I honestly thought, in my honest opinion, that when Bret and Owen had that feud back in like 94, Owen should have beat Bret for the World Wrestling Federation Championship. My honest opinion. But my prayers and my condolences go out to the family of Ashley Massaro, including her daughter too. Her daughter was distraught of the death of her mother, but rest in peace, Ashley. And you know, she was just a beautiful lady, and you know, things happen. At the end of the day, you know, things just happen. You know, things happen. You know, and I tweeted this on Twitter. Why must the good die young? I think Eddie died. I think when Eddie died, I think he was in his mid-30s. I think he was in his mid-30s when Eddie died. I don't know about Owen. I think Owen was also in his mid-30s. But Ashley, at the age of 39, that is a really young age. Young. Rest in peace, Ashley. Rest in peace, Ashley. There was news on Ric Flair. If I can find the news on Ric Flair. Now, there's a report right here staring at me. Rebby Hart says she doesn't give a fuck about Ashley Massaro's death after fans drag her online. I'm not gonna go over that. You know, and this is listen, when I got suspended on Twitter, it was a lesson learned. Don't reply to these trolls on social media. Don't reply to this basement dwelling, no job virgins on social media. I learned the hard way now. About that. And if I'm Rebby Hart in this situation, if you have nothing nice to say, and this is all I'm gonna say on this Rebby Hart situation, or her not giving a fuck about Ashley's death, if you have nothing nice to say on social media, don't say it. Don't say it. Keep it to yourself. Yeah, I know Rebby Hart was popular at that one time when they did this whole fuck that owl thing on TNA and fucking Impact and stuff like that. But this is a death. This is a serious situation. Rebby Hart, and I'm going to just cut this situation here. Rebby Hart should have not said anything on social media. I saw what she tweeted out. I seen the report on what she tweeted out. I'm going to say this again. If you have nothing nice to say on social media, do not say it. Do not say it. That's all I'm going to speak about on that. This is a fucked up situation. I'm not lying to you. This is a real fucked up situation. In my honest opinion. I have a report here if I can find it. There's news on Ric Flair too. Ric Flair's back in the hospital. And the nature of Ric Flair's recent medical has been revealed. Now, Ric Flair was reportedly rushed to the hospital today, but apparently the issue was said to be not so dire. This is good news, but the type of issues that Flair is dealing with aren't ideal. Pro Wrestling Sheet reports that Ric Flair has been dealing with heart-related issues recently. This was cause of the issues today. Now, this is what Pro Wrestling Sheet reported. One source close to the situation tells us Flair has been dealing with some heart issues, and as of late, and a trip to the ER this morning was in relation to that. Conrad Thompson said that Ric Flair's family knew about this procedure and was planned ahead of time. Flair obviously had no idea TMZ would take the story and run so far with the seriousness of all. You need to stay. Listen, if you are on social media, do not take TMZ that serious. Honestly, I never take TMZ serious, and I never will. They're just a bunch of, depressed type of people who just wants to throw out a story on social media. It's my honest opinion. Conrad Thompson also noted during the StarCast presser that all systems are go on the Ric Flair roast at StarCast. With this recent burst of publicity for the Nature Boy, we can only imagine what kind of rewriting is going on in regards to making fun of this event. Get well soon, Nage. Now, obviously, they knew that Flair was gonna go through his procedure, but I hope he goes fine. And then I found out earlier today that or should I say yesterday? Today's Friday. I found out yesterday that Ric Flair is expected to make a full recovery. So Nate's is strong. One thing about Ric Flair, in my honest opinion, he's number 2 on my list when it comes to the greatest of all time. Remember that time when he was in the hospital? I think it was like a year ago or 2 years ago. That Flair almost died in that hospital bed in Atlanta. Now look at him now. He's still styling and profiling. Woo! He's still good. He's fucking strong like a fucking bull, bro. Next, I hope you feel better, bro. Get well soon, my man. Ric Flair. There's news on Alexa Bliss. This also was reported yesterday. Alexa Bliss is not medically cleared for Money in the Bank. I wonder who's gonna replace. Alexa Bliss. Money in the Bank is this Sunday. If you guys even forgot about that, Money in the Bank is this Sunday, and the company is changing the card around already. Alexa Bliss was set to compete in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, defending her title. But that's not happening now. World Wrestling Entertainment announced today, or should I say yesterday, that Alexa Bliss is not medically cleared to compete on Money in the Bank, so she is being pulled from the match. Bliss has a history of injuries, mainly due to concussions. This issue kept her out of action for a long time last year, and although she did return for non-wrestling roles, the company hasn't been getting her in the ring too often. It is said that a suitable replacement will be announced. Well, it was announced yesterday. Hopefully, that means either Nikki Cross will get the opportunity since she was last seen pilling around with the 5 Feet of Fury on Raw this past week. And it ended up being the fact that Nikki Cross replaced Alexa Bliss in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. I'm going to say this right now. The only reason why Nikki Cross was added in the Money in the Bank ladder match was because, simple. She was in a match last week, and she won the match last week. So, hey, why not? Alexa Bliss is not clear to go. Let's put in Nikki Cross. She was already on television. You might as well put her in the match show. And on top of that, Raw was in the UK this past week. So by default, obviously, they're going to put fucking Nikki Cross in this matchup. They could have put a Ruby Riott. That I'm okay with. I'm okay with the fact that Nikki Cross is in this matchup. But that doesn't change my mind on who I got winning on the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match, which we'll go over on the preview and predictions video tomorrow on Saturday. You guys will get episode 24 of the Reality Podcast tomorrow when I come back home from work. So, episode 24 of the Reality Podcast will be all Money in the Bank preview and predictions video for tomorrow. So Alexa Bliss is not medically cleared, and Nikki Cross has officially taken her spot for Money in the Bank. Oh my god, 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 oh my god. I just have to talk about this. WWE writers are, quote unquote, unbelievably unhappy in toxic atmosphere. You don't fucking say. You don't say. World Wrestling Entertainment is run by Vince McMahon. Sadly, yeah, I know. In the end, because he has the final say-so in what goes on within his company. This is finding a lot of writers increasingly troubled and wanting to quit. I don't blame you. A caller to PW Torque's Raw Post Show, who was in the know with the company, discussed some writers who are extremely unhappy. It is said that they don't know if they will be fired at any moment as well. It was said that one writer is very close to quitting because he is so unbelievably unhappy. This was followed up by a remark about the toxic atmosphere backstage in the company. This issue is not caused by a number of people because it all goes up the food chain to the very top. In fact, it is said to be all to blame on one person, and that's the chairman of the board himself. Vince McMahon is reportedly open to suggestions from too many sources, but it only seemed to water down the direction. This is becoming a huge issue for writers who work tirelessly to craft a script, only to have Vince McMahon rip it up on the day of the show and decide to go another direction due to some other influence. My 65-year-old grandmother can write a better show than Monday Night Raw. My 26-year-old brother, who doesn't watch Monday Night Raw and SmackDown Live, can write a better show. My 12-year-old sister, who's becoming a teenager in October, can write a better show. I can write a better show in my fucking sleep. I can write a better show. I can write a better show blindfolded. Hell, everybody in the fucking group chat, both group chats that I'm in on Twitter, can write a better show. What can I say here about the toxic atmosphere that it is backstage? It's Vince McMahon, the old senile fuck. Yeah, Vince had great ideas back then, but he's lost his touch a long time ago. He's lost his touch a long time ago. And whether people like it or not, one of those reasons was because the fact that Vince wants to shove Roman Reigns down our fucking throat for the past 5 years. You thought Vince shoving Hulk Hogan down our throat was bad. You thought Vince shoving John Cena down our throat was bad. Roman Reigns? Roman fucking Reigns. Now, I'm not saying, oh, you can blame Roman for this. No. Roman is a fucking character. There's a difference between a character and a human being. A big difference. A big difference. I am not gonna lie to you. Vince's two greatest creations that he's ever done was WrestleMania and The Undertaker. That's it. And I can ask you guys a question. When was the last time we was fully invested in a Vince McMahon project? When was the last time you was invested in a storyline other than Becky Lynch and Kofi Kingston? What was the last storyline or the last feud or the last Monday Night Raw show that you was invested in? Can you name one? I highly doubt that you can name one. I highly doubt it. I highly fucking doubt it. I can't even think about the last feud I fucking enjoyed. Outside of Becky and fucking Kofi Kingston. Don't get me started on Kofi. Don't get me started on Kofi. Becky, I loved her at SummerSlam. I stopped loving her after WrestleMania. on what people said, oh, was the first women's main event at WrestleMania. Overhyped. Overhyped. That women's main event match at WrestleMania was over fucking hyped. The match lasted how long? 10 minutes? 15 minutes? What do you want me to say here? What the fuck do you want me to say? Honestly, seriously. What do you want me to say here? I just don't even know what to tell you. Keeping on with the Vince McMahon topic here. Triple H, the great mind, our smart mark savior, Triple H, doesn't speak to Vince McMahon often. I wonder fucking why. I wonder why. Vince McMahon runs World Wrestling Entertainment how he wants the company to go. But new reports could indicate that he's actually watering down his own product because he's listening to too many ideas. Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure, Vince. Triple H is said to be frustrated with the company's current creative direction. But the fact is that he might not get as much face time with his father-in-law as most would assume. I'm told that Triple H doesn't speak to Vince McMahon as much as one would think. Sean Ross Sapp said on Fightful Select. Also, the Wrestling Observer newsletter also noted that Triple H picks his spots to talk with Vince, but never does it in front of anyone. Can you fucking blame Triple H? Triple H wasn't even informed about losing 4 top NXT superstars when Gargano, Ciampa, Ricochet, and Aleister Black were called up to the main roster. If Triple H would have been informed of this, then maybe he would have clued Vince McMahon on the neck surgery that Ciampa needed. The only reason why we're not seeing Ciampa right now is because of Vince. I believe that cold-heartedly. And no one is going to tell me otherwise. Yeah, Vince is fucking watering down his fucking product because he's listening to too many ideas. Now, Triple H. You guys know Triple H. He runs NXT. It is only a matter of time, and I just hate sounding like a fucking broken record. It is only a matter of time before Triple H steps up as CEO of this company and Vince steps down. It is only a matter of time. Now, it says here Triple H wasn't even informed about losing 4 top NXT superstars in Gargano, Ciampa, Ricochet, and Black were called up to the main roster. Vince doesn't watch NXT though, but he would want to call up 4 of Triple H's best guys in NXT. Ricochet, Aleister Black, Johnny Gargano, and Tommaso Ciampa. At the time Ciampa was called up, was NXT champion and was set to defend the NXT title against Gargano at the biggest takeover of all time at NXT TakeOver New York, WrestleMania weekend in Barclays Center in Brooklyn. And also, to even make matters even worse, Vince didn't even know that Ciampa needed neck surgery. So guess what happened? Vince calls up Ciampa, Gargano, Ricochet, and Black. They put them on Monday Night Raw. And fucking, I think it was in Green Bay, Wisconsin. I have no idea where Monday Night Raw was at, where those 4 guys got called up. I don't remember what the city was. I don't even remember where it was at. But I know when they got called up to the main roster, they came out the crickets. They came out the fucking crickets. Vince, if it wasn't for Vince calling up those 4 guys that I mentioned from NXT, Ciampa would have gotten the neck surgery sooner rather than later. He would have got the neck surgery. He still would have got it because God knows what would have happened if Ciampa went through TakeOver with that neck injury. He could have possibly been paralyzed. And his career would have been ending. Vince has to go. I'm saying this right now with full confidence. Vince has to go. Vince has to go. The only way Triple H can save WWE, can save Raw and SmackDown, is if Vince steps down and Triple H goes up and takes his team from NXT and applies it to the main roster. Then from there, we'll be getting compelling television every single week. Vince is out of his fucking mind. Vince is out of his fucking mind. And to tell you the truth, I don't care how anybody feels about it. I've been a fan of this professional sport. I've been a fan of wrestling for over 20 years. I've been a fan of wrestling for over 20 years. 23 to be exact. This has been the worst World Wrestling Entertainment has been on a creative side and television-wise and ratings-wise. Yet people are saying on social media, ratings don't matter. Social media ratings matter. You want to tell that to Fox in October? SmackDown drew, I think, a 1.6 or 1.5 rating. You think for 1 second Fox is going to fucking look at that and say, holy shit, what the fuck do we get ourselves into? You want to say ratings don't matter? Tell that to Fox. Tell that to NBC Universal in October. And let's see what the fuck they say about it. Because let me say this now. AEW, Double or Nothing, is around the corner. It's around the fucking corner. And AEW signed a television deal with TNT on Tuesday nights. And guess what's on that same night on Tuesday night? SmackDown Live. Guess what the fuck I'm watching? Tuesday Night Dynamite? Tuesday Night Dynamite or SmackDown Live? Difficult choice. I'm watching Tuesday Night Dynamite on TNT on Tuesday nights. I'm saying this right now. I am really saying this right now. Vince doesn't step down. The longer Vince is still in his company, the more the ratings drop. And when the ratings drop, Fox and NBC Universal is going to back the fuck out of this fucking deal. Think I'm playing? Try them. Try them. Speaking of AEW, when AEW's television show is likely to start on TNT? AEW will be on TNT. This is all we know about it so far because they only said a television show is coming later this year. I'm going to guess October. However, there are some very good ideas about it, about when they will start airing the television show. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that although no start date was announced for an AEW television show, the thinking is that it will obviously depend on what night of the week they decide to air. I'm going to read that again. The Wrestling Observer newsletter noted that although no start date was announced for an AEW television show, the thinking is that it will obviously depend on what night of the week they decide on airing the show. Since SmackDown is moving to Fox in October, that sets a pretty obvious time frame. Therefore, if they go with Tuesday, then the first show could be October 1st, and for Wednesday, it could be October 2nd. Now, here's the thing about AEW starting in October. You're going to compete with the MLB playoffs. You're going to compete with the wild card game, which is around October 1st or October 2nd. I think the National League will start on October 1st, and the American League, I believe, is on October 2nd. So, if I'm AEW, you got to think about this. You really got to decide when you want to start your television show. Because if you plan on doing it in October, you're going to compete with the MLB playoffs, with the wild card game, for both National League and American League wildcard games. You're going to compete with that. Because baseball around October, that's when people start watching. That's when MLB hits like, the 3 million view rating, the 4 million view rating. So if I'm AEW, you better think about when you want to start the show. Like I said, since SmackDown is moving to Fox in October, that sets a pretty obvious time frame. Therefore, if they go with Tuesday, then the first show could be on October 1st, And for Wednesday, it could be October 2nd. It was noted that one would still think the start date would be in that range. So like I said, think about when you want to start it, because if you're going to automatically do it in October, you're going to compete with the MLB playoffs in the postseason for baseball, which starts in October. The show's name has not been decided on either, but as we previously reported, AEW really wanted the name Tuesday Night Dynamite for something. It doesn't make much sense for them to be on Wednesday if they plan on using that name for a television show. One thing we know for sure is that AEW is coming to TNT. It is also noted on Wrestling Observer Radio that an actual date for their first show should be announced within the next couple of weeks. I think they're gonna make the announcement on the date of their first TV show. I think either before Double or Nothing or after Double or Nothing. So let's see about that. But like I said, this is a good thing for AEW. They got a television deal. And I even said it. AEW is going to have a television deal before Double or Nothing. And look what happened. Look what happened. They got to sign. They signed with freaking TNT. This is great news for AEW. And at the same time, if you're WWE, you better pay attention. You better pay the fuck attention. Because AEW Double or Nothing pay-per-view next Sunday. No, not next Sunday. Next Saturday, May 25th, next Saturday, should be the show of the year. I'm saying that right now. I'm looking at my calendar that says May 25th, and I have that circled, and it says DON. I can guarantee you this right now. Double or Nothing is going to be better than WrestleMania. Don't at me. Don't at me. Don't fucking at me. And mind you, I've been a fan of WWE since 1996. And I'm saying that another pay-per-view show is going to be better than WrestleMania. You know how bad I want Double or Nothing to steal the show to be the show of the year? I'm dying for it to happen. As a wrestling fan, I want Double or Nothing to succeed. I want Double or Nothing to be the better show than WrestleMania. Now, WrestleMania was a not bad show. I'm not saying WrestleMania was a bad show. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a bad show. It wasn't a bad show at all. But I want Double or Nothing to be successful. I want the show to be great. I want the show to be a show where we can look back at it and say, wow, that was a crazy ass show. Omega Jericho, Dustin Cody, the Lucha Bros versus the Young Bucks. Come on. Come on. Seriously? What else do I have here on the podcast for you guys? Thinking about a better show here. Okay. Advertising possibly reveals the complete Super Showdown card for June. I think it says June 7th. June 7th. I know that NXT TakeOver 25 is happening on June 1st. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it's happening on June 1st. I think it's in Connecticut, I believe. I think it's in Connecticut. I'm not too sure about where it's going to be at. But if you guys know where the location for TakeOver 25 is, sound off in the comment section down below. But there's a story here. It says, advertising possibly reveals complete Super Showdown card. Now, World Wrestling Entertainment's next Saudi Arabia show will take place on June 7th in Jeddah. This will be the third event under the company's 10-year contract with the controversial country. We already know that The Undertaker vs. Goldberg will be featured on the show. Triple H vs. Randy Orton is also advertised as well as a 50-man battle royal. This is news to me. A 50-man battle royal? Who's gonna watch that shit? Okay. However, local advertisements in Saudi Arabia are promoting way more. There is an image floating around that we've been sent by a couple of our awesome readers It is also on the IWC as well. This graphic is supposedly featuring matches that should be expected for Super Showdown, but the card is always subject to change. If this graphic floating around is correct, then the Super Showdown event in Jeddah on June 7th will be one packed show. This is the card floating around as of right now. Undertaker versus Bill Goldberg. That match has been confirmed. Orton versus Triple H. That matchup has been confirmed. The 50-man Battle Royal. That matchup has been confirmed. Drew McIntyre versus Braun Strowman. That match has not been confirmed. Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon. That matchup has not been confirmed. Finn Balor versus Andrade for the Intercontinental Championship. That matchup has not been confirmed. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Championship. That matchup has not been confirmed. And Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar for the Universal Championship. That matchup is also not been confirmed. We will just have to wait and see what matches the company actually announces for the Super Showdown show on June 7th. I'm looking at the projected card. 3 matches have been confirmed. Lesnar versus Rollins for the Universal title. I'm asking why. If this match happens, why? Now, last time I checked, as a smart fan that I am, the rematch clause is completely abolished. Done. Doesn't even exist anymore. Doesn't even exist anymore. Why would you put Brock Lesnar versus Seth Rollins for the Universal title? We've seen this match already at WrestleMania. We've seen that match at WrestleMania. It was a great match to kick off WrestleMania. Now, here's the question. If you're booking Rollins versus Lesnar for the Universal Championship, you think for 1 second Brock is going to lose to Rollins twice? Ask yourself that question. Do you really think that Lesnar is going to lose to Seth Rollins twice? My answer is no. If this matchup does indeed happen at Super Showdown on June 7th, I will shit all over this. Now, Kofi versus KO for the coveted WWE Championship. We're getting this matchup at Money in the Bank. Why you want to put this matchup again on Saudi Arabia on June 7th on Super Showdown? If Kofi retains, now I can see this happen. If Kofi retains at Money in the Bank this Sunday, he can possibly lose it at Saudi Arabia. Or, unless if Kofi loses the championship on Sunday, and then KO has to defend the title against Kofi Kingston at Jeddah, at Saudi Arabia, Kofi can win it back at Saudi Arabia. I don't know. But it does say the card is subject to change. Now, Balor versus Andrade, I can see this match happen. I would like for this match to happen at Money in the Bank, but at the same time, you want the likes of Finn Balor and Andrade for Money in the Bank for the ladder match for the men's side. So I'm okay with this match not happening at Money in the Bank. I can totally see this match happen at Super Showdown. I can see this match happen. What else we got? We got Roman versus Shane. Save that match for SummerSlam, please. You're really gonna book Roman versus Shane McMahon at a throwaway show that is not gonna mean anything to anybody after June 7th? No, it's not gonna mean anything. It's not gonna mean nothing. And Drew versus Braun Strowman, that match I can possibly see happen. Drew McIntyre and Baron Corbin cost Braun Strowman a chance at Money in the Bank. Well, there's reports going around that Braun Strowman has backstage heat. But television-wise, Drew McIntyre did cost Braun Strowman his spot at Money in the Bank. So I can see that matchup clearly happen. The only matchup I don't see happening is Rollins and Lesnar for the Universal title and Roman and Shane. I don't see this match happening at Super Showdown. I just don't see it. Drew versus Braun, I can totally see that happen. Balor versus Andrade, I can see that happen. And Kofi versus KO, meh. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I have no idea what to tell you guys on that standpoint there. SmackDown Live. SmackDown draws new record low for viewership numbers. You ready for the stats? I'm more of a statistic guy. So there you go. I believe in stats. SmackDown viewership continues to get worse, and this week even got as bad as to setting a new record. Tuesday's episode of SmackDown did the lowest viewership number since the 2016 brand split. The episode, which was headlined in a confrontation between Kofi Kingston and Kevin Owens, again, only averaged 1.827 million viewers. In comparison to last year, it's down 21.5% from 2.2 million viewers. It should be noted that SmackDown had competition against the NBA this week, but the series still has a downward trend year to year. You shouldn't even blame the NBA playoffs for this. You shouldn't. You have 30 writers every single week to write Raw and SmackDown. You should be telling compelling television on a weekly basis, especially when AEW is around the corner. AEW, folks, is coming. AEW is like the fucking savior that we've been looking for a long, long time. 1.827 million viewers. Now, I was thinking 1.5, 1.6, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. 1.827 million views. Yeah, people are going to say, ratings don't matter. Social media ratings matter. Are you fucking kidding me? And I said this earlier. You think that ratings don't matter? Tell that to Fox and NBC Universal. Talk to them and see if ratings don't matter. The casual fan's going to say, oh, ratings don't matter, Chris. Take it the way it is. If you don't like it, don't watch it. Suck my dick. Suck my dick. Honestly. If you're going to sit there and think about that, if you're going to sit there and tell me that shit, you shouldn't be watching the product, period. You don't know wrestling, period. You don't know wrestling, period. Double or Nothing. There's news on Double or Nothing. Streaming prices confirmed for AEW's Double or Nothing pay-per-view will be next Saturday. TNT will be AEW's television home later this year. This is a very exciting announcement that could create a ton of buzz in the pro wrestling, in the sport of pro wrestling and the television world alike. Now Double or Nothing needs to be the biggest event possible on May 25th to give fans a taste of what an AEW television show will consist of. Excuse me. AEW Double or Nothing will air a Bleacher Report Live with a price tag of $49.99. It's the $10 cheaper than the most pay-per-view outlets in the United States. Of course, Spectrum was accidentally listing the standard definition broadcast for the event of $5, so unless they changed it, that might be your best option if you happen to be a subscriber to Spectrum. AEW's Double or Nothing event will be worth your money though, because you have to know that the Elite are going to bring it in a big way for their first event. $49.99 for Double or Nothing. I am not lying to you. That is a little too much. That is a little too much. I am not going to hold you. That is a little too much. Finally, guys, to end the podcast here, to end episode number 23. If you guys are enjoying episode 23, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. And if you guys are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells for all notifications. Another possible spoiler. For Extreme Rules in Philadelphia on July 14th. Now, World Wrestling Entertainment has Money in the Bank and Stomping Grounds to get through before Extreme Rules on July 14th in Philadelphia. But they have announced some big matches for the event on July the 14th. The West Fargo Center was already promoting Seth Rollins versus Baron Corbin for the Universal Championship. Look at this face. Tell me that sounds exciting. No? Good. Now, other matches are being promoted that could indicate World Wrestling Entertainment's planned direction for the next couple of months. The WWE Championship will apparently be defended in a triple threat match on the show. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens versus Randy Orton is currently the promoted match. Now, we don't know if Kofi will go in Extreme Rules as champion or Kevin Owens. We don't know. We don't know. They're also advertising a handicap match with Roman Reigns versus Shane McMahon and Elias. So fans shouldn't expect the big dog rivalry with McMahon and Elias to end any time soon. Kill me. Kill me. Another exciting match is being advertised for the July pay-per-view is AJ Styles versus Drew McIntyre. That could be a good match. As the two Impact Wrestling alumni face off, it is important to remember that the card is always subject to change, but they are promoting 3 more matches to hopefully bring interest for the event. If this is the actual card, for Extreme Rules, I swear to God, I am skipping out on this pay-per-view. I am not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. Who wants to be excited for Extreme Rules? Hell, who wants to be excited for fucking Super Showdown on June 7th? I'd rather be excited for NXT TakeOver 25. You know Triple H is gonna go all fucking hands on deck with that show on June 1st. I believe it. I believe it. On a closing note here, to end episode 23 of the Reality Podcast here on the channel. I said this earlier in the beginning of the podcast, and if you guys skipped through the video, I'm going to say here again. It sucks not having Twitter. I'm not lying to you. It really does suck not having Twitter. Because, Twitter, when I wake up in the morning, the first thing I go to is Twitter. See what's going on with the news and stuff. With NBA 2K19 My Team, what kind of content they come out with, any news and stuff, any tweets, stuff like that from the Yankees and Yankees PR department, stuff like that. Stuff like that. It sucked not having Twitter for like over a week and a half until today, until yesterday. Now what happened was, what I did was, people think that I made a new Twitter. No, I did not. I did not make a new Twitter. What I did was, I had my Your Boy Chris 183 account suspended over hateful conduct. So, what happened was, I had TM talk to Twitter support. And he told me that I did the appeal, and if they denied it, I was going to be banned on Twitter. So, what ended up happening was, I found out, I'm like, you know what? Don't I have another Twitter account that I can just get back onto and just recreate everything that happened here? So, I looked on Twitter, did some research, and it turns out that I have another Twitter account that's not suspended, not temporarily suspended, none. So, what I did was, I went into my old email that was connected to my Twitter, got in, because I forgot the password to that Twitter account. I forgot about it, completely forgot about it. So I had to make a different password and stuff. I logged in my password, got into my account. I switched everything up and shit. Started following everybody that needed to follow. So, there you go. I'm back on Twitter. And mind you, I should have done this last week. That was the only flaw that I didn't do. I was waiting and waiting and waiting to get my account unsuspended so I could promote my videos on my channel. Stuff like that. I had over 1,300 followers on that Your Boy Chris 183 Twitter account. I had 1,300. I'm looking at the current Twitter account that I'm at right now, that I'm logged into, that I currently own. As of right now, I'm at 58 followers. So I got a good 1,200 plus, 2,500 plus followers to even gain, to try to gain on Twitter. And then I had Models follow me on Twitter. I had everybody else in the wrestling community follow me on Twitter, stuff like that. But if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, I'm gonna say this now. If you guys follow me on Twitter, for the rest of the month of May, I will follow you guys right back on Twitter. That's on me. That is on me. If you guys follow me on Twitter for the rest of the month of May, I will follow you guys right back on Twitter for the rest of just May. But that is going to be the end of episode 23 of the reality podcast right here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed the podcast, hit that thumbs up. If you guys are happy and excited that I'm back on Twitter, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of the podcast today. And if you guys are new to the channel, looking for Raw review, SmackDown review, NXT review, which I'm slacking on, Throwback Thursday, which I'm slacking on, Top 10 Friday, which I'm slacking on, the wrestling podcast and gaming content, which I'm fucking slacking on, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below. Ring those bells, guys, for all notifications. Check out Monday Night Raw review. That's the only thing I uploaded this week. I know, and I explained why that I haven't been uploading for the past 3 days. So there you go, guys. From there, Raw reviews I have on the channel right now. Bray Wyatt's in-ring return is imminent. So link to this video will be in the annotation above in the upper hand corner of your screen. And also, if you guys missed the podcast from last week, episode 22 and episode 21 will be in the annotation above in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the reality podcast, so make sure you guys are connecting with your boy Chris on social media. Follow me on Twitter at Chris I'm Loring and Snapchat Chris Most Hated. And if you guys are enjoying the content, I want you guys to hit that subscribe button down below, show your support, and ring those bells for all notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 24 of the podcast tomorrow, where we go over Money in the Bank preview and predictions. Who do I have winning the men's Money in the Bank ladder match? Who do I have winning the females Money in the Bank ladder match? Who do I have winning the Universal Championship? Who do I have winning the WWE Championship? Does Becky Lynch walk out of Money in the Bank with both titles or with none? Find out tomorrow on episode 24 of the reality podcast. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share the video on social media. And I will see you guys tomorrow for episode 24, where we go over Money in the Bank preview and predictions video, and the news also that goes around on the sport of professional wrestling, on the world of professional wrestling. Till then, thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys tomorrow for episode 24. Till then, talk to you guys later. I'm back on Twitter, bitches.